What's up guys, Ame here with another video. One of the many changes that TBC brings to the game is the introduction of daily quests, repeatable quests that you can do once a day and are marked with a blue exclamation mark above a quest giver rather than a gold exclamation mark, like the cloth turn-in vendors had in Classic WoW. These daily quests range from PvP dailies, dungeon dailies, profession dailies, and faction-specific daily quests. The faction-specific quests all involve factions that won't be in the game at launch, like the Shatari Skyguard, Ogre Law, Netherwing, and Shattered Sun Offensive, so we'll save those to go over in a later video. In this one, we'll talk about why these daily quests in Phase 1 of TBC are important, and of course, what juicy rewards you can get from them. And there's actually some really great stuff you can get, ranging from gear to just some fun items you can pick up. Let's get into it. If you end up enjoying this video or leave this feeling more hyped for the best expansion in World of Warcraft's history, hit that subscribe button. It helps me get more TBC content out like this, and I greatly appreciate it. In Phase 6 of Classic, we were introduced to a new way to PvP with the introduction of World PvP objectives. This same model is brought over to TBC with PvP-based objectives in Hellfire Peninsula, Terokkar Forest, and Nagrand. To incentivize the capturing of these points is where daily quests come in. Starting with Hellfire Peninsula, we have the quest Hellfire Fortifications, which tasks you in capturing each of the strategic locations surrounding Hellfire Citadel. You don't have to have these all captured at once, you just have to aid in the capture of each tower individually. Once completed, you will be rewarded Marks of Thrallmar if you're Horde, and Marks of Honor Hold if you're Alliance. These marks can be used to purchase some low-level blues, but most importantly, they can be used to buy favors that increase reputation gain from killing monsters by 25% and experience gain by 5% while in Hellfire Peninsula and Hellfire Citadel, aka the dungeons. These will be a massive boost for people dungeon cleaving to get their levels, and it will help you get to Revered faster to unlock those heroics. You can also buy some really good gems for 10 marks that can be a huge boost to your gear, especially closer to launch when prices for gems this good are going to be through the roof. Over in Nagrand, in the middle of the map, is a capturable town called Halaa. The daily quest associated with Halaa is pretty lackluster. It's not really important, but Halaa itself provides very good rewards, especially PvP, so let's talk about it for a second. Whoever controls Halaa will receive a zone-wide 5% damage buff, and you gain access to the NPC vendors inside the town. The opposing faction can attempt to lay siege to Halaa by killing all the guards. Once all the guards are dead, a message will go out in local and world defense stating Halaa is defenseless and can be captured by having more players on the island than the opposing faction. That lackluster daily quest linked to Halaa is to kill 10 players near the island, and this quest rewards some gold and 209 honor, nothing really special. But every kill made on the island also nets 1 Halaa battle token, which can be turned in for rewards when your faction controls the island, along with Halaa research tokens, which can be earned when you turn in 10 Oshagun crystal powder, which can be farmed down in Oshagun in the southern end of Nagrand. Alright, the actual good part, the rewards. The most important thing offered by these merchants is the design to cut a Mystic Dawnstone, a yellow gem that gives 8 resilience. Now this is just bought with gold. You don't need any of these tokens to buy this, you just can only buy it when your faction controls Halaa. This gem will be gobbled up by PvPers, slapped into every slot imaginable on their gear to get their resilience rating as high as they possibly can. Now, if your lust for blood and desire to min-max are at maximum peak levels, if you have 100 Halaa battle tokens, meaning you killed 100 players around this area, you can purchase a single Sublime Mystic Dawnstone, the single largest resilience gem in the game, coming in at plus 10 resilience. Grinding this will be a task, and is it worth it for the plus 2 resilience? Well, that's up for you to decide. Other rewards include an 18 slot bag, some resilience gear, an alchemy recipe for elixir of iron skin, increasing resilience for a short time, and the design to cut steady talacite, giving 4 stamina and 6 resilience. This design was added later in the game in patch 2.2, so it may not be in at launch, but worth noting that this is where you get it. Now, in my TBC reputation guide, we talked about the Mag'har and the Kurenai and how that is where you get your Talbuk mounts. Now, if you want a Talbuk but don't want to grind a reputation all the way to Exalted, over here on Halaa, for the price of 100 battle tokens and 20 research tokens, you can buy a Dark War Talbuk, no reputation needed. Go on a PvP rampage and farm up a ton of Oshagun crystal powder, and this ground mount can be yours. Last on the world PvP dailies, we have Terokkar Forest with the quest Spirit of Auchindoun. And I know that's how you say it because I pulled my YouTube and this is how they said you say it, Auchindoun. Similar to the Hellfire Peninsula daily, but all you have to do is capture one of the 5 towers surrounding the ruins of Auchindoun, and once completed, reward some gold and honor. Now the cool part about these towers is that once one faction controls all 5, they will receive the Blessing of Auchindoun, a zone-wide 6-hour buff that increases experience gain by 5%, damage by 5%, and allows the capture of these things called Spirit Shards. Spirit Shards are a type of currency that can be looted from bosses inside the dungeons of Auchindoun, but only when this blessing is active, and can be used to buy some gear that is actually pretty good, the main one being the Seal of the Exorcist. This ring may just look like a PvP item, but it's competitively prebis for a lot of casters, flexing 1% hit and 28 spell power. You can also pick up some blue helms that have resilience that can help you on your PvP endeavors. Meta gems are more than likely going to be very expensive close to launch, so Swift Starfire Diamond and Swift Windfire Diamond can be easily picked up to boost your stats and fill a socket bonus where it needs be. Another cool little tip is that even if you don't need Spirit Shards for any of this gear, you can use your shards to pick up mana and health potions that are equivalent to super mana potions and super health potions. Definitely not something you should go out of your way for, but if you're already farming rep or badges of justice in heroics, you can pick up a couple potions while you're at it. Along with the world PvP dailies, there are daily battleground quests that will task you with winning the battleground of the day. Once you win, just head back over to the quest giver, turn in your quest, and get some easy golden honor points. That's it. Dungeon crawling is a key element to RPG design, and TBC is a poster child on how to make dungeons a meaningful and enjoyable part of the game. Enter dungeon daily quests. Every day, you will be able to do one normal dungeon quest and one heroic dungeon quest, which randomly rotate to a different dungeon every day. Once completed, a normal dungeon quest rewards some gold, an Ethereum prison key, which we'll get to a little bit later, 250 reputation with the consortium, and 250 rep with the faction associated with the dungeon. Here's a list of all the normal dungeon quests and the factions you will get reputation with upon completing this quest. Note that Wanted Sisters of Torment will not be in the game at launch. Ethereum prison keys send you on a quest chain that will eventually allow you to summon Yor in heroic mana tombs, as well as use them at the prisons in Netherstorm. When opening these prison cells, it will either spawn a mob that will drop some blue or green items, nothing crazy, or more importantly, spawn a faction-specific NPC that will give you a whopping 500 reputation with their faction. The possible factions that you will see are the Cenarian Expedition, Consortium, Keepers of Time, Lower City, the Shatar, and the Chads themselves, the Sporgar. These keys are a great way to farm rep with these factions, especially in the lull between Honored and Revered when a lot of dungeons don't give rep anymore. On the heroic side of the dailies, you will be rewarded 2 badges of justice, about 25 gold, and 350 reputation with the consortium in the dungeon's associated faction. Here's a list of all the heroic dungeon quests, the associated faction you will get the rep with, and again, the Shattered Sun Offensive won't be in the game at launch, so don't worry about that one. Last up, let's look at the dailies for cooking and fishing. Daily cooking quests can be picked up from The Rock, the master of cooking in Shatrath. He will offer one of 4 different cooking quests that require 275 cooking and a level 70 character. The possible 4 quests that will be offered are Manalicious, Soup for the Soul, Revenge is Tasty, and Super Hot Stew. Note that for Revenge is Tasty and Super Hot Stew, those require a flying mount to be completed. Once completed, you will be rewarded with either a barrel of fish or a crate of meat. In these, you will find some gray items that can be sold and assorted meats and fish, but most importantly, 6 recipes are found in these that give different well-fed buffs, such as increased hit rating, critical strike chance, increasing resistances, or even discharging an occasional AoE zap. On the fishing side, you will have to visit Old Man Barlow, who will offer one of 5 different fishing quests, each one sending you to a different area to catch a certain type of fish. The reward from this quest is a bag of fishing treasures, which can contain basic things like elixir of water walking, sharpened fish hooks that you can apply to your fishing rod to increase your fishing skill, and a weather-beaten journal, which gives you the ability to find fish, which will track fish pools on your minimap, and this is actually pretty useful. These bags can also contain rare items. Eye of the Sea is a hefty plus 15 stamina gem, the largest stamina gem in the game at launch, and the biggest stamina gem a non-jewel crafter can equip in the game. The recipe for Captain Rumsey's Lager will get you a little tipsy and in turn increase your skill in fishing by 10. Spun True Silver Fishing Line, which when placed on a fishing rod permanently increases fishing skill by 3. Gone will be the days of forgetting to buy lures when you get the Weather Beaten Fishing Hat, increasing fishing skill by 5 and has a cool use effect of placing a lure on your fishing rod. And last but not least, the 2 ring, a play on the 1 ring, if you remember, that was found in Classic. While daily quests in the modern iteration of the game have gotten out of hand and feel like a chore, the daily quests in TBC are quite the opposite. They are there for if you want to do them, but not mandatory by any means. The fishing quests give fun rewards and some useful ones that can increase your fishing skill. There's PvP dailies associated with world PvP events, but you don't have to do the daily to get the rewards. The dungeon dailies are some of the best RPG design I've seen personally, linking dungeons to loot outside of the instance itself, as well as opening up other avenues to farm reputation. Just more and more reasons why I think TBC is the best World of Warcraft expansion we've ever seen. As always guys, if you liked the video or found it helpful, hit that subscribe button. Like the video, you know the drill. I'm also live on Twitch pretty much every day of the week, getting absolutely hyped for TBC. Catch the link below and come hop on the hype train with us. That's it for me today though guys. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.